It says, until one is committed, there is hesitancy, the chance to draw back, always ineffectiveness. Concerning all acts of initiative and creation, there is one elementary truth, the ignorance of which kills countless ideas and splendid plans. That the moment one definitely commits oneself, then providence moves too. Right? Meaning that once you enter into a situation with the right mindset, once you enter into a situation and understand that it's first about self-belief and a commitment to your purpose, if you're driven towards what you're supposed to do, first and foremost, before you operate in that environment, you're already a success. I think oftentimes we try to step into situations and we have doubt, failure, and fear on our minds, and we wonder why the situation doesn't go the way in which it was supposed to go. Right? Like you step into a situation and you're hesitant, you're 50-50 on why it is you're going to where you're supposed to go, and then you wonder why you don't get the result you're supposed to get. When you stepped in with cloud, like you were cloudy in thinking, you had no clarity or no purpose in where you were going, and then you asked the question, why didn't I get the perfect result that I imagined? It's because you didn't have the right vision. Your purpose wasn't really clarified. Like you didn't really understand that the thing that you're supposed to do, you have to operate with your own mission statement. Your mission statement has to tell you exactly how you operate, your principled effect, regardless of the circumstance or environment. Like as a speaker, I can't give you anything less if there's 1,000 people in the crowd or there are 2 people that come. Because those 2 people might say, hey, that wasn't good. You didn't have it. But you never know. It's not about them. It's about the way in which you operate. And when you start to try to define your purpose, I'm not someone to say that I found it yet, but what I'm understanding is it's a process of becoming. You have to put yourself in situations where you fail over and over again. There are processes that allow you to grow, develop, mature. And over time, you allow the fire that's around you to bronze you, but not burn you. Right? It's something that allows you to get better, but it doesn't necessarily make you cripple so that you can't go to the next step. Like there are levels to this thing. You got to walk in and have your swag, but also have the humility to understand that you are in a process. There is no destination. When we talk about goals, we're talking about goal setting because you should be focused on the person you're becoming and not the result and be attached to that. And when you start to have people who operate in that way, oh my goodness. Bill Belichick, coach of the New England Patriots, they have, I don't know how many Super Bowl rings, but the only thing that he pushes on his team systematically is that we have to focus on the day at hand. They don't talk about the Super Bowl. They've won all those Super Bowls, but all they talk about is the day, the day. What are we doing today? Master the day that you're in. John Wooden said it the same way. How can you make your day a masterpiece? And if you do that brick by brick, oftentimes what happens is you'll put yourself in a situation where you obviously look like you are the man, you are the woman, because you put the work in. It reminds me of the story of the bricklayer. That's one of my favorite stories because they talk about a bricklayer who's literally, there's a man who's walking through town and he sees a bricklayer and he asks the man, he said, what are you doing? And the first guy gets up and he says, I'm laying brick. The man looks at him and he says, all right, my bad. Bricklayer number 2 walks in and he looks at the man and he says, what are you doing? The guy stands up and he says, oh, I'm laying brick. I'm getting paid $20 an hour. This is my job. He said, all right, cool. But bricklayer number 3 was something different. The man walks in and he says, excuse me, what are you doing? The man looks up, he looks at him, he says, I'm laying brick for one of the greatest foundations in this city to ever be built. Like, even though I'm just laying one brick, I'm a part of something that is greater than me. I'm part of something that is so beautiful, so much more than me, and I know that if I can give my all to laying this brick as perfectly as it can be laid, I put pride in that. So call me a bricklayer if you want. I'm the best bricklayer in town. And if we all operate with that type of purpose, it doesn't matter what you do. If we all operate with that purpose, when you step into a building, I don't care what it is that you do. If you do it with the type of passion and zeal and enthusiasm that allows people to know that you have a mission statement with how you move, you leave your mark on the world. You leave your mark on your community. You leave your mark on the people that you love. your team. Everybody knows that it doesn't matter what is in front of you. That's the way in which you move into the world. And so often for many of us, we forget to have that passion and that zeal with what we do. And then we step into a situation and wonder why it doesn't go the way in which it's supposed to go. Like, we have to have that energy. That's life. Energy, that's it. We have to operate in a situation that allows us to know that regardless of the result, we're going to put our everything into it. We're not attached to who comes. We're not attached to what this will do. I'm not attached to if this is a viral video or not. I'm not attached to if something happens because of it. I'm just attached to making sure that you know that I'm here, that my presence is felt, that if this was my last day to give my last talk, to inspire someone who I've never seen before. If you're seeing this and you say, I've never seen this man before, you have to feel me. You have to feel me. I want to be that third bricklayer. We want to be that third bricklayer. We have to walk with an enthusiasm and a passion that's contagious.